Most people think that being rich is all about having a lot of money, but there's more to it than that. There are certain things that poor people do that rich people don't, and if you're not careful, you could end up doing these things too. In this video, we'll talk about 16 things poor people do that the rich ones don't. If you want to be financially successful, you should avoid the things we're now talking about. Thing number 1 poor people do that rich people don't. They work hard for their money. It is often said that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. This common adage rings true in many cases. However, it doesn't have to be this way. The key difference between wealthy people and those who are struggling financially is how they approach money. While poor people tend to work hard for their money, rich people understand that letting the money work for them can be far more beneficial in the long run. With a few simple strategies, anyone can start building wealth and financial security by learning to let their money do some of the heavy lifting. Number 2. Poor people focus on obstacles. While the poor often have more obstacles preventing them from success, some are very successful despite their circumstances. One issue that keeps many people below the poverty line is a lack of focus on potential opportunities. The cycle can be broken when individuals choose to stop fixating on what's keeping them back, and instead focus on what they can do to move forward. It takes hard work, dedication, and most importantly, an open mind in order to realize these prospects and make use of them. Nevertheless, tangible steps can be taken towards economic upliftment when those facing financial difficulties harness the immense power of motivation that comes with refusing to sit back in despair and acknowledging the ability to break free from any situation. Number 3. They miss to manage their money. Poor people often struggle to manage their money and make ends meet. Yet financial literacy is a key component to creating flexible solutions that are right for the individual. Educating oneself on basic budgeting tactics, understanding one's income and expenses, and managing impulses are essential skills that can be developed over time in order to increase financial security. Despite this, many people who lack an adequate income have difficulty even affording basic necessities like food or healthcare. As a result, these folks are consistently pulled into a cycle of poverty that can be difficult to escape without guidance from fostering agencies or other resources. Therefore, it is necessary for our society to invest more effort into helping those in need develop the skills required for financial stability, so everybody has access to the means of achieving success. Number 4. Poor people blame others for their misfortune. It is not uncommon for some individuals who are facing economic hardships to blame others instead of taking responsibility for their circumstances. Doing so distracts them from changing any part of their lifestyle that could be contributing to their lack of success. Even though there may be external factors at play, such as unfairness in society or the economy, these can only be changed if the individual takes action and becomes a part of the situation. Moreover, blaming others takes away the opportunity to identify areas that need improvement within one's own approach and lifestyle. Additionally, it leads to further fear and anxiety since nothing specific is being done to change the situation. Turning inward rather than focusing on what other people should do allows us to recognize our strengths and weaknesses and take action accordingly. Number 5. They live beyond their means. It is commonly thought that poor people tend to live beyond their means. This may be seen as irresponsible behavior that reflects a disdain for personal finance and sound financial advice. However, it is often the result of being unable to make ends meet on the limited disposable income they have. Coupled with the rising cost of living and a lack of access to reliable and affordable credit, many low-income individuals are stuck in an unending cycle of debt, making it harder and harder to budget their money efficiently. While personal responsibility is important, these folks need help to break this cycle of poverty and create opportunities that can truly lift them out of the situation they are currently in. Number 6. Poor people don't focus on saving money. Saving money can be an arduous task, especially for those with minimal financial resources. Poor people are not exempt from the difficulty of accumulating savings, but focusing on this goal may feel like an unattainable dream. This is generally due to existing financial constraints that make it hard to sacrifice immediate needs in favor of long-term rewards. With their limited incomes, low-income individuals must weigh their circumstances more carefully as they decide how to spend every dollar. The result often leads to prioritizing needs at the expense of savings, leaving many without a nest egg or cushion for emergencies down the road. However, it is still possible for even those without much to save something, whether through small steps or bigger leaps. It all starts by making saving a priority and establishing a budget that allows for some extra cash outside the necessities of life. Number 7. Poor people use credits for useless things. Poverty is a pervasive problem faced around the world. In some cases, those living in poverty are able to take advantage of credit lines as a way to cover unexpected costs or make purchases they otherwise would not be able to. Unfortunately, it can be easy for poor people to become sucked into a debt cycle by taking out more credits than originally planned and using them for unnecessary items, from luxury clothing to impulse buys. Debts can quickly add up for someone already struggling with financial insecurity. It's important for those living in poverty to understand the true cost of credit and use it sparingly and only when absolutely necessary. Number 8. They spend money they don't have. Research indicates that poor individuals often take out high-interest loans, use credit cards to buy essential items, and in some cases even turn to pawn shops or loan sharks for added expenses. This type of spending behavior has a profound effect on these individuals because they experience higher levels of debt accumulation compared to their wealthier counterparts. Furthermore, the effects of this financial strain do not end with lenders and collectors. It also impacts these individuals' physical and psychological health. With such intense pressure, limiting access to funds may offer an opportunity for better decision-making rather than continue the unsustainable cycle of living above their means. Ultimately, it is up to those affected by poverty to adjust their way of life in order to break free from the trap of buying what they cannot afford. Number 9. They choose to be paid based on time. While the idea that poor people choose to be paid based on time might make sense at first, it often overlooks the other realities at play. Frequently, low-income workers have no choice but to take whatever wage and payment style is offered by an employer, as they can't afford to be picky. Furthermore, many times, tipping employees are not given salary protection and must accept whatever customers feel like doling out in order to keep earning a living. Therefore, instead of assuming that all low-wage earners prefer to be paid based on their hours worked, it's important to remember their relative lack of power in so much of their employment situation. Number 10. They often waste time or money. According to a recent study, poorer households often tend to spend a greater proportion of their income on products that are considered inferior or worse, hazardous. This happens because people from these households may lack the necessary financial literacy needed to make informed decisions about which goods to purchase or services to use. Sometimes these individuals are unaware of cheaper and safer alternatives available in the market. Consequently, this leaves them limited resources for dealing with unexpected expenses and various other essential needs. Additionally, this can lead to time wastage, as they often have no choice but to face long waits in lines or work multiple shifts instead of using their time and energy towards productive activities. Number 11. They give up more easily. The harsh reality of poverty can be a heavy burden to bear, which can often lead poor people feeling drained of energy, helpless and without hope. It's common for those who feel they have no options in life to give up easily instead of pushing forward. This can be traced to the fact that the obstacles in their lives are much larger than those faced by many more well-off citizens. Facing these significant challenges every day can make it seem daunting, even to attempt making something positive out of such a difficult situation. Misperceptions about those living in poverty, coupled with social stigmas, may also add to feelings of despair in someone's life. If they don't feel validated, accepted, and respected, why stay strong? Number 12. They play defense. For those struggling with financial instability, trying to get ahead often feels like playing defense. Unlike their privileged peers who likely have a range of bonus opportunities available to them, poor people are just trying to make it through another day or week. They are continuously dealing with the anxiety of potentially being unable to make ends meet while they overdue and under-earn. Living in this persistent state of financial precarity can limit someone's ability to take risks and innovate ways out of poverty since resources are scarce. Despite this daunting reality, many in extreme poverty persevere and continue to advocate for inclusive economic policies designed to build up marginalized communities instead of reinforcing cycles of disadvantage. Number 13. They do not value freedom. Poor people may not value freedom in the same ways as those who have more economic stability. Unfortunately, due to limited resources and opportunities, they are unable to exercise certain freedoms or have privileges of higher income families. Poor people often cannot access quality education, reliable healthcare, and job security that affluence can buy. Even though they may lack stability and opportunity, some lower-income individuals choose to embrace their circumstances and use them as a way to identify and help others in the same position. This level of selflessness serves as a reminder that poor people recognize freedom, but do so differently than those with more wealth. Number 14. Poor people watch a lot of TV. Poor people watch a high amount of television, both as a means of entertainment and to keep in touch with the world. Recent studies have shown that the income level of American households plays a significant role in TV consumption. Households earning lower incomes tend to watch more hours per day. This could be due to the fact that there is generally more time available for leisure activities among lower income individuals compared with those who work multiple jobs or long hours. In addition, television can provide an escape from reality by allowing people to live vicariously through its characters and stories. Number 15. They resent rich and successful people. It is not uncommon for poor people to resent rich and successful people, leading to a feeling of jealousy and a widening rift between social classes. This sentiment can be attributed to the overall disparity in wealth distribution, as well as the fact that the rich are often associated with certain traits that can be seen as representing success, such as happiness, pride, and stability. Moreover, while it is possible for life circumstances to hold back those who come from poverty-stricken backgrounds, it may appear that someone with more means or influential connections has far too much power or opportunity, enabling them to rise out of their current situation. This can cause feelings of anger and resentment in poorer folks towards wealthier individuals because it suggests they have never felt these same struggles despite their privilege. Number 16. Poor people believe that others should help them reach the top of the world. Poor people often rely on the kindness of others in helping them towards a better future. The ability and drive to succeed is still primarily within themselves, but a helping hand can surely provide the right push that is needed. This could come in the form of funding, resources, or even just a bit of inspiration. With the right guidance and support, poor individuals have been able to overcome their social or economic disadvantages and be catalysts in moving up their societies. It has become a common belief that all individuals should have an equal opportunity in achieving success regardless of their social backgrounds. Wealthier people can leverage their resources to give those less fortunate hope, and by doing so, inspire the spirit of betterment amongst the whole community, working towards a brighter future for everyone. You may be surprised to find that you exhibit some of these poor habits. However, there is still hope for you. If you can take this information and turn it into positive motivation, then anything is possible for your future. Remember, being rich or successful isn't about having the most money. It's about doing what you love and valuing financial freedom. So make a change today and break the cycle of poverty by adopting some new habits. Now we're at the end of this video. If you got value from this video, you'll also like this video. Thanks for spending time with us.